Hello everyone. In this video, we will use LLM concepts and LangChain to solve a problem. So let us talk about the problem first. So problem is that let us say you have some data in your documents, and those documents could be text files, PDF files on a server machine, on your local machine, or on Google Drive, or some web pages on your internet site, or many places, Telegram and things like this. Now these documents, for our problem, will consider, let's say these documents contain HR policies, human resources or human capital policies, and those policies are, you know uh, those policies indicate your gratuity policies, holiday list, things like this. So for our example, we will be using text files, but you can use any of the sources, whatever I have mentioned and more. So in the LangChain, there is a document which has list of all the sources it can support, and they mention the web pages and Google Drive and S3, even S3, those files can be on S3 also, and things like this. So our problem statement, let's say I have these text files under data folder. One is cab timing, and my cab timing says is that in Mahadevpura cab will come at this time, Brookfield it will come at this time, at Marthalli it will come at this time, and KR Puram it will come at this time. Then I have another document which has the contact numbers of different people. Then I have another document which has some policies about the gratuity. I have given only one line, but it could have many policies, many lines also. And then I have holiday list, so list of holidays. So these are some documents, and these are documents are all under data folder. Now what I want is, I want to be able to run some query over this data, and some of the queries, let me open this. Some of the queries could be, for example, which all holidays we have, give me the list. What is the condition, what is the condition for availing gratuity? I should put this here. And what is the cap time from Brookfields, from or for Brookfields? What is Ravi's phone number? So it has list of many phone numbers. I want one person's phone number. I want to know, here I ask the holiday list. Now I want to know what is the holiday in May. So this is a program. I will explain the program, but let's first run it and then see the output which we get. So let's clear the terminal. And this is the Visual Studio I'm using, and the program is in Python. So let's see the output first, and then I will go over the programs. So it's running something. So this is the answer to my first question, which all holidays we have. So give me a list. So it gave me this. What is the condition for availing gratuity? It gave 5 years of job in company. Now, what is, see, one thing you see, what is the cap timing from Brookfields? Now, if you open the cap timings and you see Brookfields is in between, you have Mahadevpura, Brookfields, Marthalli, Care, from Brookfields in between. It exactly got the time for Brookfields at 7 a.m. And the next question which I asked was, what is Ravi's phone number? And if you look at the contact list, the phone number, out of many phone numbers, he directly picked Ravi's phone number here. Then I asked him, what is the date for holiday? So I misspelled actually, but it understood the intent. And I asked, what is the date for holiday in May? So it refers the, the holiday list is mentioned here. And in May, it is 5. See, it is continuous stream of strings, and it found out what I wanted to know, and it exactly got me the date in May. So 5th May is the holiday as per this list. So it gave me that answer. And I had put these things in PDF also, and that also had worked. So you can see the loaders. This is a link where you can see all the loaders, and we'll go through this one by one. So now what we'll do is we'll walk through this program and see how this works. So these are some import statements. So one thing is, I wanted to do this using OpenAI, but I do not have the free credit in OpenAI. So it was giving me rate limiting error every time. So I am using Hugging Face here with LangChain. So Hugging Face lets you do these things free of cost up to certain limit, I think. But if you have the OpenAI credit, then instead of Hugging, wherever I'm using Hugging Face, you just change it to OpenAI. It will work. So let's start with this. These are the these are the packages you need to install. These are the pip install statements. Sometimes when you install all of this and when you run this program, there's a possibility some pip package might be missing. So in that case, you have to, it will give you a command pip install and this package name, command pip install command with the package name. Just install that package. And I don't have any SSL configured or anything. So first time when you are executing this program, uncomment these lines from here till here, because otherwise it was giving error for me. So it needs some package. It needs to, it needs, so you have to uncomment from here, from these lines you have to uncomment. It needs this package, and this package you can download using this. And once you run this after uncommenting, it will show a pop-up and it will show the packages, list of packages. I by default selected all, and whatever packages it had to install, I just let it install. But after it installed for the first time, you don't want that pop-up to come again and again, so you'll just comment it. Now we'll start with the document loaders. So I am using a directory loader here, and this is my data. This is the folder I'm loading it from. See, in the data folder, all my text files are there, and I'm telling to load the data from all text files. And let's see what are the loaders we have. So let's go. And these are document loaders. Oh, I forgot to copy H. So, but these are document loaders. You can see it from email, Evernote, Figma, Git, Gitbook, Google Drive, HTML, images, notebook, Notion. I hope you know Notion, PDF, PowerPoint, S3 directory, S3 file, Telegram, web base, WhatsApp chat, Word document, even YouTube also. So it can put, it can load the data from all of this. And if you want to see the documentation of any of this loader, you click on this. So here, for example, I wanted to see how web-based document loader works. So if you want to get data from your web pages, so you use web-based loader. So I have data in the local directory, so I am using the directory loader. Then I load it. So I create a loader and then load it. Now there's a text splitter I need to use, and the description of this text splitter is here. So you can go here and see the description of text splitter. So basically, so where the way this algorithm is working is because we are telling it to go through the documents and do whatever it has to do so that it could answer the questions which will ask, and the answer to those questions are already in those documents. So we as per this documentation, we should be using text splitters to split the text into chunks. So you can go through these details. I will not go into these details. So we'll be using the character text splitter, and you can see the details of each of the splitter by clicking on the corresponding link. So this character text splitter. So I'm giving the chunk size of 1000, and there's no overlap in the chunks. And then I pass these documents, which are which I loaded using document directly loader into the split documents function of this text splitter. Now then I have to create embeddings. So embeddings is changing from string and converting it to vector space. We'll talk about vector space. What is the, why do we need vector space or anything? So you can check about vector space here. So let's open this cells as well very quickly. And so you can talk about vector space are one of the most important component in building indexes and all those things. So you can see, and you can click on conceptual guide also, and it will tell you, what is the vector store, most common type of index that created numerical embeddings. And so go through this. I think there is some reading. If you don't know about this concept, you might need to do some readings. So I create the embeddings, and then from these documents, so you create a vector store from these documents which are created. So embeddings helps you create, first you create an embedding object, Hugging Face embeddings, and then you create a vector store from this text using the embeddings. Now I created LLM model. So I am sure you might have heard about LLM. So I'm creating this Hugging Face Hub LLM model, and the repo ID. So there are certain parameters I need to pass. So which is the model I'll be using, and what are the parameters this the key arguments, key value arguments are parameter to this model which I have chosen. What is repo ID, which I mentioned? As I said, it's the model name to use, and there is a complete list of models defined at this location. The details of the mentioned model, which is Google Flan T5XL, that is mentioned here. The model arguments, these are the key value arguments. So these are the arguments, keyword arguments to pass to the model. So here the temperature argument is the input to the model, controls the amount of randomness in the language model response. So I've given 0, and you can read about this in the corresponding documentation. Max length is a response length. So now this is about the model. Now I'm using the retrieval QA class to ask the question answer from this. And if you can click on this retrieval QA, it will give the detailed chain for question answering against an index. So index is nothing but the vector store, etc., which you have created, right? So it will go into that store and try to get the answer to the question which you asked from there. So closing it. So I passed this. This is the LLM model which I created, Hugging Face. Here I had created OpenAI model with little different parameters. It was giving rate limiting error, so I switched to Hugging Face. And the chain type is stuff. You can go into the details of this, from chain type. So there are different type of chain types. So that's another, reading. If you don't know, you might need to do. And I'm saying this is the doc search which I had created here. So this is the vector store, and I'm invoking as retriever function from there. So this is now what I will do is, so this is my so this is what I have created now, right? So this is what, it takes these error parameters and it runs whatever it returns from here, correct? Now I can ask any query. So as you said, right? So first query is which all holidays we have, give me the list, and it just say Q&A run query. I'm just printing the response. Then another query, Q&A run, printing another response, and so on. So it has intelligence of finding out what I'm asking and getting the answer to that from the from this directory loader or vector store which got created from the text files. So that is about it. Another thing is that I'll be publishing this to GitHub. So in the GitHub, you can go and see this. This will be here. So I'll this is I have published some time back. So I will, but some changes I made after this. So I'll push those changes also to GitHub. So you'll be able to see this code in GitHub. I walked through this file. This file is also similar. There might be small changes and there. This file I was trying, when I was learning, I was trying few things, but this has more questions. This has only one question or something. So that is about it. Thank you for watching, and hope this was helpful. Thank you.